Brian Powell of I Run Far here with Pau Capell and Pablo after their co-championship of this year's 2020 Transgrancanaria. Congratulations to both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Let's get right to it. When did you two start running together during the race? When were you first together?
No, we ran together when we started the race. So yeah, we did all the race together to the finish line. So it was amazing race.
So you're friends, you know each other, yes?
Yeah.
Were there times in the race where you were fighting each other, pushing each other?
Oh, we were running in the start together.
Yeah.
So we were fighting for win the race.
Yeah.
And we decided to finish together when, 10 kilometers left the finish line. So it was a fighting 12 hours, 30 minutes.
It's enough.
It was enough. And the last 30 minutes of the race, we were running more relaxed.
I mean, I don't know how to say it in Catalan or Castellano, but were there times when one would push or surge or try to go in front of the other? Were there times when you would make a few minutes of very hard to try to?
Yeah. When he passed me.
Yeah.
In Roque Nublo.
Okay.
He was in front of me, maybe 3 minutes there, and it was the worst part for me in the race. And I needed to catch him because if not, I couldn't finish first or win the race. So after Garañón, I catch him and we ran together.
And Pablo, were there times when Pau was in front of you?
I was very concentrated in the race, and I only think in my performance. But in the uphill to Roque Nublo, I feel really strong, and I put all my effort in this uphill. But Pauli is a very strong guy, and he ran very fast after Garañón. He take me. We were very exhausted, and we chat about the situation. And for us, was enough the battle.
And you were already 9-10 hours together.
Together.
And I saw at one aid station, I think at Artenara, you left the aid station.
Yeah.
A few seconds. You came together.
Yeah.
You left first, but you were like, just said. What did you say?
I say, Pablo, come on, stand up because Jared is close to us and we need to run to Roque Nublo, to Tejeda first. The strategy was in all the race. For me, for example, do my race. For Pablo, I think do his race, and then I knew that Jared is one of the best American athletes, and he is really fast. Okay. So in the race, we were together in Artenara. We arrived together, but when I left the checkpoint, I told Pablo, come on, we need to leave here because Jared is coming and he's really fast. So I wanted to do the climb of Artenara together because I think that we could do our best work together in the uphills, and that's why I told him, come on, we need to leave.
And you were not like standing there for 5 minutes. It was 5 seconds. You were running. You went, but
in ultra trails, we can lost a lot of times in the checkpoints. Yeah. So if you do a good job there, you can win minutes. End of the race.
So you were not only together, you were working together. Yes.
Yeah, because we were running 4 people in the race, but then after the kilometer 60, I think it was when we were together.
Yeah. But in the first part of the race, we ran 4 athletes together.
You two and Jared and Pei Kuan Yu from China.
Yeah.
And we were leading the race. One time Pablo, one time Jared, one time me, one time Paquiu, and all the time the attacks were constantly.
Yeah.
So we finished really exhausted after kilometer 60. So we were exhausted because the first part of the race, it was really hard for us.
So it's not, you two were not there jogging in the front together. It was
no,
the four of you were
no
just boxing.
yeah, more boxing than jogging.
A real battle.
Yeah,
It was a real battle.
It was. I think it was a good race for a spectacle because we were doing a big battle with Jared and Pacquiao, and that's why I think that finally we decided to finish together, because after 13 hours we were running together 2 kilometers before the finish, so it was stupid do at the last battle in the finish line.
During the race, does it seem as one of you has strengths in certain areas and the other have other strengths, or was it just maybe you're stronger on the uphills and you're better at downhills, or the other way, or was it just time at time, like sometimes you feel better and sometimes Pablo?
I think that is this second option. Is depending the timing of the race, one of us it was better and one of us it was worse. And in my case, for example, like I told you, it's in Roque Nublo. I remember that I start the uphills to Roque Nublo first, maybe 5 minutes in front of him, but in the last part of the uphill, he catch me and he passed me running, and I couldn't run, and it was like, I need to run, because if not, I will not catch Pablo.
So in that time, did you think maybe I will win now?
No, it's very, how say lejos,
very far,
very far of the finish line. So I feel good. I go fast. But for example, oh my God,
another fight, another battle.
But for example, in the night, the Chinese athlete in the uphills go really fast, but when start the downhills, for example, to Presa de los Pérez, we ran fast in the downhill. So it was a constant battle.
And who made the last attack?
I think in Yerba Huerto, maybe.
Yeah.
In checkpoint of Yerba Huerto, we arrived together.
Yeah.
But I left the checkpoint first because he was eating.
Yeah.
And I started to go down first. But it was not an attack. But I was thinking, we are going to run, and I will see if Pablo is coming or not. And Pablo came, and it was stupid. It was stupid. Do more speed in this downhill, because it was a technical downhill and it was dangerous for the ankles, and I preferred to run normal, and finally we finished.
Yes, and the problem in the downhill to Ayahuares with the people.
The marathon?
The 30K
was very dangerous, this situation, because the people of the other races downhill really slow, and it's very dangerous for us and for
them.
Yeah, we needed to pass the people there, and it was complicated because it was a single track, a really technical single track, and
cactus and
cactus
vegetation,
and we preferred do a normal downhill and try to finish.
Not slow, but
not slow, but but normal.
Not attack.
Not attack.
So I would think that at some time you may have you talked about okay together. How did this conversation? Who said let's maybe do this?
In Ayahuasca, I think that we told about it.
We asked if how are you?
Yeah.
And we were exhausted, and
in Ayahuasca we told about what is the third athlete. If it's far, we can finish normal, not more attacks. If the third, that it was Dylan Bowman, is close here of us, we need to finish with attacks. So we will push more. But in Ayahuasca we decided to run normal and finish with security.
Because Dylan was at 36 minutes.
But if you attack, maybe you don't finish, or you have a disaster.
No, sure. Because the problem was that if we did more attacks in the last 15Ks, maybe the muscles can explode and you don't finish. So we prefer to finish good, to finish in front and
injuries.
Not injuries, and together. So it was.
So, do you both feel good about the result.
Yeah, for me it was perfect. But, we don't live together in the same town. He lives in León, I live in Barcelona, so we can't train together. But I follow him in Instagram, for example, and I know the trainings. I write him when he's training. You are very strong, Pablo. Please not train more. And it was really good finish with him, and I'm very happy with this finish line.
And you?
Yes, of course. For me, Pau Capell is the best runner in this type of distance. So arrive to the finish line with him is incredible for me. So I'm really happy. I think in all of the media we were the
favorites. Yeah.
So 2 wins.
I mean, some people say after the finish, when you finish together, they're very happy. This is a good spirit, and a small number say, this is sport.
Yeah.
You must fight to the last moment, to the last meter. What do you say to?
But these people don't understand this sport. The ultra running is completely different than marathon or sky running races. Put your body at 100% of effort during 13 hours. You can't do this for understand this situation.
Yeah, you need to live this kind of situations in a race, and you need to live one race like the race that we did it to decide this kind of decisions to finish with one other athlete. So I think that the people that say that no, it's a competition, you need to fight to the finish line, I invite them to do a Transgrancanaria in front 13 hours, and then I will ask him about the decision that he can do it.
For me, I'm thinking about it. We all have not just one motivation. We have a lot of motivations for why we compete at Transgrancanaria or any ultra. So does it change during the race what your main motivation is?
No, the motivation always is try to do the best and try to win the race. And when you are in a race and you are competing and fighting, then during the race the motivations can change. And this is the same that Pablo told, happens only in ultra trails, because we run a lot of time, and in a marathon, for example, you know that you need to follow your timing to, 3 minutes kilometer, and you need to run in 3 minutes kilometer, and then the motivation is do this time. But in ultra trails you can't do it this. So ultra trails, the life is changing during the race. So that's why we finish together, I think.
If we started slow, I think the situation was completely different. But we start really fast, fast during all the race. So we are exhausted, the body and the mind.
And so then, does it become to win is special. You won here many times, but is it also special to fight, and then see you're the same at the end, you're equal?
This is nice, because the good thing of this race is we were fighting during 13 hours. That is a lot of time, and your body is in 100%, your mind is 100%, and then you are in the finish line and you look him, and we did all that we could, and now we are going to finish together because we can't do it more.
And in 1 year or 2 years, you will look back at this race and still be happy and think it's special?
Yes, of course. In this race will be in my mind all my life.
Yeah, it's a good memory.
A good memory, and also because we did a good fight during the race. It was not easy race, so we were fighting, and finally, I think that the best thing of the race is the result.
So before the race, we talked about, can you beat Pau? The answer is, so far, not yet. Next year, will you both be back and you will maybe try to beat Pau again?
Yes, of course. I think the next race will be UTMB. It's possible. And another fight.
We will fight to the finish line.
Yes, of
another
course.
time. But I think that the next time we will decide to push to the finish because we finished together here. So
one time
with one time it's enough.
It's enough.
But this is not your first time finishing together.
No,
I heard like
for me no.
No, like Christopher Clemente, I think, at some small race.
Yeah, Christopher Clemente, Diego Pazos in Gran Canaria 5 years ago.
Chris Alberto and Kilian.
Chris Alberto and Kilian finished
European
also.
Championship.
I finished, I think, in my career 4 or 5 races. I finished with other athletes in front.
So that makes me think that, you say that there's one motivation going in to win, but it's not. It's a few maybe. It's there's other people here. And you can. It's important to fight, but also important for us to be together.
Because we are humans. We are normal people. And we have feelings. And then during the race, it's important the ultra trails say that during the race you can have new friends. And in this race I meet more Pablo than before. And this is nice.
That's a good question. What did you learn about Pablo today or yesterday that you did not know before?
No, for example, maybe the Pablos in competition, I didn't meet him during the competition, and during a race you can see some things about one guy or one girl that you can't see in a normal life. So during the race I saw the effort that Pablo was doing, and when I was tired and I was talking with him about, I don't know, if you want we can talk about other things to
change the mind.
And it was nice.
And did you learn anything about Pau yesterday?
I know the real performance of Pau Capell in a race is really strong, really motivated with the situations in the race, and he is an incredible professional runner.
He learned that he can win me in a uphill because in Roque he passed me so fast, so he learned it.
So very strong. Yeah. Okay, that's good. Next. So here's a question for you, Pau. If you win 5 times at Transgrancanaria Clásico, will you just retire? So that maybe.
No, my goal is do the 5. It will be nice to do the 5 and try to win the 5 and finish the career here in Gran Canaria.
And maybe you will make sure it's only 4.
It's a dream for me. Win 2 times is a dream, but now I only think in the next step that will be Transvulcania.
Okay.
And of course I'm thinking in UTMB.
And that will be your first
100 miles.
170,
Yeah. 100 miles for my first one.
Are you excited about that?
Yes, of course. It's my dream since I started in this sport. So I'm very motivated.
And a little by little, poco a poco, you go longer. And
step by step.
And you, what's on your calendar?
The
next week I go to France to do a race, but the important race is in Patagonia, 3 of April. I will go there, and then Madeira Ultra Trail, 23, I think, of April.
So 2 long runs in April.
Yeah, in April. But the Madeira, for example, is one race that I'm really excited to run because I ran and I finished second 2 years ago, and it's one race that I have in my list to check. And I will try to do my best and win the race.
And Patagonia run is more of a it's a race, but it's a long.
But it will be a training. I will run 70K.
You have been there before.
Yeah, I ran 100 miles last year, but this year I will do the 70K to train.
And then so Mute and UTMB.
UTMB also, and before UTMB I have other races, but
strong legs.
But the main goals are Gran Canaria, Madeira, and UTMB.
And will you, Pablo, run less races this year, maybe? In the past, you also run a lot of races, but short.
Yes. This year, I'll do less races than the last year, and I focus in Transvulcania, Infinity Trials, and 2 more marathons, and UTMB.
Okay. Well, congratulations to both of you, and
thank you.
Good luck on your seasons. Thank you. Muchas gracias.